once everyone's seated, I'm going to write a word up on the board, and I want you to think about this word and what it means. Okay, so can anybody tell me what this word is? Culture. Have a little think about it. Tommy. Yes, alright. So, if I were to say, ask you what your culture is, what would you say? Yep, so ways of life. Enjoying. So things you do every day. Yeah, good. What else? Think about it. What about yeah, good. Very good, Sam. So religion. Yeah. Belief. And perfect. Yeah. Okay, so we'll discuss a bit more into depth later about culture. But I want to talk about and just grow upon our understandings of and our knowledge of the history of Indigenous culture in Australia. Yeah, so we did a few lessons on this last term, didn't we? Yep, so what did we talk about? What happened to, yeah. Yep, perfect. Yeah, so we had family members. Yeah, and the community members, yeah. Who were part of this, what was it called? Stolen what? Perfect. Stolen generation. And this is where what? Yeah. Children were taken from their family. Yeah. Yeah. What else happened before 1967? Yeah. Indigenous people had no rights. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and so they were taken away from families, but taken away from their land too, weren't they? Yeah. So how do you reckon this affected? Yeah. So have your relatives really had a discussion with you about it? That's something that we can do tonight, yeah? Yeah, over during the week. Yeah. You can talk to your family members or those people that you know that went through this. Yeah, and we can have a good chunk of the day to talk about their experiences and what they've told you and shared with you. Yeah. Yes, good. Okay. So how do you reckon these affected stolen generation? Yeah, and no rights, the culture of those people at that time. Yeah, so your parents and your aunties and your uncles and the people in this community, yeah, that's exactly right. Not even allowed to speak their own language and dialect. Beautiful. You remember what we learnt last time? Yeah. Yeah, there's statistics about the languages and dialects that got, lost because they weren't allowed to speak those languages and use those languages because non-Indigenous people restricted them. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, so today, how is this different today? In Australia today, what is so important in our country to do with culture. We talked about this before. Does anybody know? Have a think about it. I want you to, everyone come and grab the NAIDOC, NAIDOC week. Anybody remember what that stands for? Good. Yeah. So if you want to actually just use them, you come grab the documents and just hand it out to everyone. Good job. Now we're going to talk about celebration, because this is a celebration week, isn't it? Yep. And what happens in this week? Yeah. Exactly right. So it's about Indigenous people, Indigenous Australians, celebrating, their culture, and all of Australia, non-Indigenous and Indigenous, Yep, yes, exactly, supporting this and recognising achievements, isn't it? Yeah. So what kind of people? Yeah. So artists. Yeah. Very good. Yeah. And there's like a youth of the week, youth of the year. Sorry, artist of the year. Yeah. Who are recognised. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. So they get awards. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And this is really a step in reconciliation, isn't it? Yeah. It's a new country that we live in that, we're not going to take away the culture of anybody, and that, this isn't, this is a country of equity. And what does that word mean again? Yeah. Everyone's equal. All cultures are recognised, and respected, and anyone can speak any language they want, Beautiful. Yeah, so I want to ask you also now, and we can go into our groups to talk about this, about the ways in which we can celebrate. Yeah. And recognise this NAIDOC week. Yeah, so on the documents there's heaps of ideas, isn't there? So what ideas do you think are really good that we could do? Yeah. Local artists. And who in the community won the Artist of the Year last year? Yeah, so we could ask him to come in. Yeah. And what else? Raising flag ceremony. We can listen to the music, Aboriginal music, and art. Beautiful. So they're all good ideas, aren't they? Yep. So there's a whole list on there, and we can now come up with a few of our own. Yep. So if we just want to gather in our groups and get a piece of card, and we can write our ideas down on the best ways. And some ways that we can celebrate as a class and as a school as well.